so happy we alive. We're so happy we alive. We together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies. Now's the time to legalize. Tell me, brother, tell me true. What the hell we gonna do? Remember the days we saw purple haze. One and one and one is three. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We're so happy we alive. We together can survive. What Mother Nature, heaven sent, don't belong to government. Tell me, sister, what's the plan? Do you really understand? Remember the days we saw purple haze. One and one is three. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We so happy we alive. We together can survive. What Mother Nature, heaven sent, don't belong to government. Heavy load is up in smoke. Where on earth can we take a toke? Remember the days we saw purple haze. One and one is three. Hey, hey, baby, what you did to me? Human nature full and free modifies reality. Open up inner flower, peace and love, inner power. Open up the inner flower, peace and love, inner power. Remember the days we saw purple haze. One and one is three. Hey, hey, baby, what you did to me?
Worked in addictions, gosh, for the past 18 or more. And as John said earlier with Marcia's talk about addiction, there's a lot of confusion about that. And from my perspective, the definition is people who continue using a drug despite negative consequences to them, generally life-threatening consequences to them, and really need help to stop. And as long as when I worked in treatment, not that many years. It was at the University of Virginia, because the treatment program closed, as most of them did in Virginia. But I think over the time of being there, we did have adolescent, 19-year-old kid who came in and really did want some help. He smoked pot all day, could not get anything done, wanted to do more, and he just thought he needed help. And hopefully we did help him. But that's not who we see in treatment. I think the other point that Marcia did bring up about how many are in treatment nowadays, and that is the case. They come in mostly because of legal charges, and as you can guess, drug testing. At the University of Virginia, they just instituted, to go along with the crowd, a pre-employment drug testing requirement, only for the patient care providers. None of the administrators need to get tested, but those who will take care of patients need to get tested. And I guess the little bit of good news out of that was at least some managers understood that there was a problem. Saying that, so if I worried about a healthcare professional taking an opioid, and we drug tested them and it wasn't, but it turned out that they had cannabis, what happens? And of course the negative was, well then they'd have to go to treatment. And the manager was, that wasn't what I thought was, that wasn't the problem, that's not what I was getting at. So it's causing some questions, but a lot of people do. If they want to keep their job, they will go into treatment. So from the addictions perspective, very rare that we will see anyone coming in with a problem. And again, I say that it could happen to others. People have supposedly been addicted to placebos. But obviously, the bigger problem is alcohol is probably the biggest one that we see, and other harder narcotics. So I did just want to get that point out in terms of addiction. But from a nursing point of view, what I said is I'll talk a little bit on dosage and administration. And I think what most people who use marijuana find out is it's a very individual thing. The dosage of the marijuana is very individual per patient and per plant, whatever they happen to get. Out in Oregon, with the Oregon Medical Marijuana Act, they're registering patients through the public health system. I think the negative is it seems like patients have to be registered to be able to take this benign medicine. The positive is they're collecting a lot of data, and right now, a little bit behind in the numbers, but last I've talked with them, they've had over 1,500 patients registered. 70% of those, I'm sorry?
2,000.
Great, up to 2,000. 70% of them are reporting using it for pain. So this is an extremely important medicine over the years. Our webmaster for Patients Out of Time, our nonprofit organization, was formed back in '95 specifically to educate people about the health benefits of medical marijuana, and we named it Patients Out of Time specifically because patients need it now, and they're running out of time. We all know someone who's died needing their marijuana and not getting a legal supply at this point. Anyway, with Patients Out of Time, Mike Kravitz runs our web page, and he's very astute on eBay at collecting old things. And what we're trying to do is use a lot of what he's finding out to re-educate the public. It's not so much as educating them about medical marijuana, but re-educating them and letting them know this was used. And over the years I've seen a bottle here or a bottle there, but it seems now with a lot of little small pharmaceutical companies or little stores closing around the country because of the big companies taking over, people are emptying out the basement in those stores or going into the back closets, and they're finding these old containers. Many, many, many products of cannabis are coming around from little local area pharmacists throughout the country in the early 1900s. One of the favorites that he found was Canadonna, belladonna, and cannabis, asthma cigarettes. So they say, Americans, we don't smoke medicine. Well, back then, they did. They used it for asthma. And one of the newer findings about the receptor sites on the lungs, scientists were saying, gee, I wonder if this will help us with cough medicines to replace codeine products, or maybe it will help us with asthma remedies. Once again, it was known. But one of the things he found on eBay also was a book, and it's Bloomgarten's Materia Medica for Nurses. This is the old pharmacology book for nurses. The beginning tells a lot about how you